So let's get to Eunice Yoon in Beijing this morning, talk more about Apple, Foxconn, and some of these restrictions, Eunice, and maybe whether this was in some way Apple's attempt to register their dissatisfaction with industrial policy.
Well, Apple was saying that they are working very closely with their supplier here, Foxconn, on trying to improve the conditions for the workers. Foxconn said that the zero COVID policy has forced it to revise down its forecast for Q4. This is a really important quarter for Taiwan companies, so it's a pretty big deal. The company, Foxconn, had said that they hope to resume full capacity as quickly as possible, and that means to the company reorganizing the facilities to further restrict the movement to factory and dormitories, but at the same time, of course, improving the conditions for the workers to retain them and to attract new ones. So they're also offering a lot of cash, a bonus for a one-time bonus for anybody who wants to return to the factory. This is $69, pretty hefty in Chinese terms, and also they're recruiting with a 20% bump in salary for new folks to come to the factory. Now, official media is quoting sources within the factory as saying that Foxconn is targeting full production by the end of November. Now, all this comes as China's, as you guys were just talking about, the top health authority over the weekend had explained a little bit more about what it believes for zero COVID, and not so much of a surprise, they doubled down on zero COVID, saying that they believe that this policy, that's of course backed by President Xi Jinping, is completely correct, the most economical and effective. And you guys are talking a little bit about some of the tweaking that might happen. There is an expectation now that that maybe the reopening was going to happen in bits and pieces, especially with some targeted measures, because at the same press conference, the health authority singled out Zhengzhou, so this is the iPhone city, saying that the authorities there had excessive controls. So people are seeing that to mean that the local authorities are going to try to make some changes to make things a little bit better. But on the whole, the reopening and the expectations for one have slowed down.
Eunice, it's Jim. We know one thing. The human body cannot stop COVID. And anybody who seems to think, even if they're a dictator, that they can determine that, say, open by November, is just running a fool's errand. Does the Communist Party ever speak to any scientist, since we know that this is a novel virus and cannot be stopped?
Well, they definitely talk to scientists, because we have a lot of epidemiologists who will speak out, but they usually echo the party line. And so even though I'm sure that the authorities are having conversations with people of all walks of society, within business or science, at the end of the day, what's most important is what all of this means for the Communist Party. So the Communist Party wants to make sure that if they do create this exit, that they are not seen as having made a mistake previously, because, as you well know, the narrative that has been coming out of here is that zero COVID has been so successful in protecting China, unlike what's happening in the United States or elsewhere. So to be able to change that kind of narrative is pretty difficult to do quickly.
That's interesting, Eunice. You know, the Journal has one detail about retail businesses being told, okay, maybe we're going to close some of these PCR testing centers. And the reason for that ostensibly would be because it's expensive. Is that a potential off-ramp?
Well, the PCR testing is expensive, so local authorities have been very frustrated that they're the ones that are having to take on the cost. But when I read that line, I was thinking about how some of these malls have actually started requiring, and also office buildings have started to require daily testing. So we've been on 72 hours, every 3 days we have to go and get a test. And now some of them are saying daily because they're worried that the numbers have surged, which means that we had like 59 cases here. So you know, it's really not very consistent in terms of the way the policy is carried out.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.